Did you know about all the respected actors who tragically died in car crashes? Sadly, we've lost many great actors as a result of automobile accidents. While it saddens us to learn about their passing, we should also find inspiration when we look back at their remarkable lives and careers. Many of these actors were iconic entertainers. Stay tuned to learn about many of the respected actors who were essentially household names that sadly died in car crashes. Steve Allen. Steve Allen was born in 1921 in New York City. He had a prolific career in television, cinema, stage, radio, and literature. His parents were a successful vaudeville duo, though his father died during Steve's infancy. As a teen, Steve ran away from home and soon began begging to make ends meet. He eventually became a student at Arizona State University, then known as Arizona State Teachers College. During his university years, he began working in radio on the KOY station in Phoenix. He later trained as an infantryman in the U.S. Army during the Second World War. After completing his service, he eventually moved to California. He resumed his radio career and worked as an announcer for the KFAC station in LA. He eventually became host of Smile Time, a popular radio comedy series. He then began working in television at the end of the 40s. He grew into a popular personality, becoming a frequent panelist on the game show What's My Line? As he gained popularity, he soon had the power to make decisions behind the scenes. In the 1950s, he created The Tonight Show, which became the most significant late-night talk show in America. He hosted for 3 years. He then became the host of the variety show The Steve Allen Show. He acted on occasion as well, appearing in films such as Down Memory Lane, The Benny Goodman Story, and Rich Man, Poor Man. Allen also composed songs and wrote several books and articles. He was truly a great American icon. Steve Allen died in 2000 at age 78. He died from a ruptured blood vessel, which was the result of chest injuries he sustained from a car accident. Before we tell you more about the respected actors who died in car crashes, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First for more. Larry Blyden. Larry Blyden was born in Houston, Texas in 1925. He developed an interest in acting during his youth and acted in plays during his teenage years. He served in the Marine Corps during the Second World War. After the war, he began studying at University of Houston. While there, he worked in radio. He worked as an announcer for KPRC Radio. Blyden also began acting in plays at the Houston Little Theater and the Alley Theater. After graduating, he moved to New York to pursue acting. During his initial years there, he continued to work in radio and enrolled at the Stella Adler Studio of Acting to study his craft. He soon began a distinguished career on stage. He appeared in plays such as Flower Drum Songs and You Can't Take It With You. His theater career spanned from the 50s to the 70s. Much of his career outside the theater was in television. He had several recurring roles and bit parts on popular shows such as The Elgin Hour, Playhouse 90, The Chevy Mystery Show, Witness, and The Man from U.N.C.L.E. He also hosted game shows like Personality and What's My Line? He died from injuries following a car accident in Morocco. This was in 1975 when he was only 49. There's also speculation that this wasn't the true cause of his death, and it's also believed he was carjacked and murdered. James Dean. James Dean is perhaps the most iconic American actor who died in a car crash. He was born in 1931 in Indiana. As a teen, his biggest interests included race car driving and acting. He briefly studied drama at UCLA after changing his major from pre-law. He acted in plays like Macbeth and began studying acting through James Whitmore's workshops. His first TV appearance was in a Pepsi-Cola commercial. His first TV speaking role was in a TV movie called Hill No. 1. He played John the Beloved Disciple. He later had roles on popular TV shows such as Robert Montgomery Presents, The United States Steel Hour, and General Electric Theater. His first major film role was Elia Kazan's film East of Eden, based on the John Steinbeck novel. 2 years later, he appeared as Jim Stark in Rebel Without a Cause. This was the film that made him a star and the one that defined his legacy. His final film was Giant, directed by George Stevens. He died in a tragic car crash while he and his friends were driving westbound on U.S. Route 466. Their car crashed with a 1950 Ford Tudor, and James Dean was stuck in the car. He was pronounced dead on arrival when the ambulance arrived. Though his career was short-lived, James Dean remains an icon of American cinema. Norman Burton. Norman Burton was born in New York City in 1923. He studied his craft at the famous The Actors Studio. He began his career working on stage and had his first film role in the 1956 film Fright. He appeared as the hunt leader gorilla in The Planet of the Apes. He later acted as a human army officer in Escape from the Planet of the Apes. One of his most well-known roles was as CIA agent Felix Leiter in the James Bond film Diamonds Are Forever. He also played Will Giddings in The Towering Inferno. His later films included The Reincarnation of Peter Proud, The Gumball Rally, Bloodsport, Deep Space, and American Ninja 5, which was his final film role. He also had occasional TV work in shows like Knight Rider, War and Remembrance, and The Ted Knight Show. He died in a car accident while returning from Mexico in 2003, a few days before his 80th birthday. Ernie Kovacs. Ernie Kovacs was an American actor, comedian, and writer. He was born in New Jersey in 1919. He began studying drama in high school and furthered his craft at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. He grew up watching B movies, which influenced his comedic style. His career began in radio, though it took off when he transitioned to television. He hosted popular shows including Deadline for Dinner, Now You're Cooking, and 3 to Get Ready. He created a unique comedic and visual style that included superimpositions, blackouts, video effects, and other camera tricks still used today. He also acted in films like Operation Madball, It Happened to Jane, North to Alaska, and Sail a Crooked Ship. In January of 1962, he lost control over his car and crashed into a power pole. He was ejected out of the car and died almost instantly. Paul Walker. It came as a huge shock when an actor associated with one of the most famous film franchises involving cars died from a tragic car accident. Paul Walker died from a car crash when his Porsche Carrera GT crashed into a concrete lamp and 2 trees. His friend Roger Rodas was driving the car and also died. Walker was born in 1973 in California. He began his modeling career as a child and appeared in TV commercials. In the 80s and 90s, he appeared in popular TV shows like Highway to Heaven, Charles in Charge, and Who's the Boss. His film career began in several B-grade films such as Monster in the Closet and Tammy and the T-Rex. He later graduated to A-list films like Pleasantville, Varsity Blues, and She's All That. His breakthrough role, of course, was in the 2001 film The Fast and the Furious, where he played LAPD detective Brian O'Connor. He reprised this role in the sequel Too Fast, Too Furious, Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, and in Furious 7, which was his final film role. It was released posthumously. His other notable film roles following his big break included work in Flags of Our Fathers, The Death and Life of Bobby Z, The Lazarus Project, and Pawn Shop Chronicles. He left us too soon, but also left behind a great body of work. Now it's time to hear from you. Which of these actors is your favorite? Let us know in the comment section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.